Hey everybody, so welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Today is going to be my July update for my 20 and 2020 project pan. So if you haven't seen my other videos, I'll link them down below. I think I have a playlist of all my project pan videos, but with this one, it's not really super structured. I basically just want to either use up or hit pan on 20 makeup items by the end of the year. So I am doing like shop my stash videos to kind of narrow it down instead of just randomly using stuff hoping that I use something up. I am trying to focus on specific things, especially older things in my collection. So I'm not necessarily going on a no buy in conjunction with this. Sometimes I do that if I do a project pan, but I am doing like a one in, one out rule. So if I use something up, then I can buy something else. And then I have a couple exceptions to that too. I think I'm allowing myself 5 exceptions. So I honestly can't remember what new stuff I talked about in the last one. Actually, I don't think I talked about any of the new stuff that I got last time because it was like in the mail. So I guess I'll talk about all the new stuff. I'll show you what I used up in my progress and stuff as well. So in June's update, I finished 3 things. I'm just kind of recapping right now. So I used up this Eye of Horus Dynasty Brow Define Brow Pencil and this ColourPop Brow Boss Gel in the shade Blonde, and then this e.l.f. Beautifully Bare powder in Fair. So I kind of added it up. If I use at least 3, maybe 4 products a month, then I'll be on track to finishing this up. It is a storming outside. I used makeup every day this past month except for one day. I was really busy with my business and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna have time to sit down and do my makeup because I tried to do an Instagram picture and everything, and I just was like, I don't have time, I need to hurry because I sell face masks, so I've been getting a lot of orders. And if you need a face mask, hit me up. My Etsy and my Shopify websites are linked below. I actually didn't mark my progress on some of this stuff, so let me go ahead and do that. This first thing that I was trying to use up, I also threw it into my project Panceled. So I'm doing that over on Instagram. It was started by Panday Replay. She's tagged in all my project Panceled posts, but she started a thing where you're trying to use up stuff from brands that you really don't want to support anymore, or at least don't want to support until they show they're more inclusive and all that kind of stuff. So this ABH stick foundation was in there. So this is all that's left. And then here is, drop that. And here's the like little lines that show where I am. So that's where it started, and then that was last month, and then this is this month. It's obviously not August 1st yet, but that's what I'm calling it right now. So about halfway done. Or over halfway, I think, from where I started. And I've been using this a lot, and actually I discovered that the reason why it wasn't lasting as long was the setting spray that I was using. So I was using the NYX Matte Finish setting spray, and it was like eating this up, like it would not last. And then I tried it with my Milani Make It Last setting spray because I'm like almost out, almost trying to save it, so I wasn't using it, and that made a lot of difference in how long this lasted. So I don't know if the Make It Last was making it last longer, but it could have been that the NYX Matte Finish was making it worse. I am still going on this Kvd Powder Foundation. I've used it a few times. I probably need to repress it pretty soon because it's getting kind of hard to use. But I've just been so focused on that stick foundation. I can't use the stick foundation and the powder foundation at the same time because it would just be way too much. This is the oldest part of my collection. It's taken me a bajillion years. I know everybody that's tried to pan this says it takes them years and years, but this is the Milani Luminoso blush. So I'll put pictures up of this so you can see my progress. But here's where it is now. So I definitely have made a little bit of visible progress on it this past month. And then this butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. They're not called free anymore, but I wanted to get this out of my collection. I actually do like the product. So I had widened the pan last month, but I actually have not used this much at all this month because I am working on another bronzer in my project Panceled. So I think that's all of like the stuff that's still in progress. So now I will go on to the stuff that I have either used up or hit pan on. So I hit my goal on 3 products this month. So the first one was a use up. I was not surprised by this because this has been going for a long time. This is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Fair 4. So I scraped and scraped the sides of this. It is all gone. And I bought this little thing called the Spatty. It's just a little bitty like spatula kind of thing that you can get into. This is made specifically for lip products, but it worked great for this concealer. And I have a bigger one kind of similar to this that's good for like foundation, but it wouldn't fit in something this small. I just thought it was weird with this ColourPop concealers that I have, I think, 4 different shades of this, and they all work for me. Like, why do you need 4 different shades that work for the same person? You know what I mean? Like, there's a disparity there. So then the other 2 things were pans. So I had pan in this Physicians Formula powder. This is the Mineral Wear Talc-Free Mineral Face Powder. I've gone through so many of these, but I'm actually discovering that I don't really like it as much as I thought I did. So I pan on that. I added this in last month, and it took me less than a month to hit pan on it, so that's how much I use face powder. But this is just really cakey, and it's a little bit too dark, so I'm obviously not going to repurchase it because they're not cruelty-free anymore. But even if they were, I think I would move on to other stuff. And the next pan was actually, I was like waiting and waiting because I knew that this would be fairly quick to hit pan. So this is the e.l.f. contour palette, and I have used up 1 shade already, and then I had hit pan on 1 shade already. So I just hit pan on this little contour shade. So this shade was more of like a bronzer shade, and then this one I just use as contour. I mainly just contour my nose, which doesn't really do anything because I wear glasses so you can't see it. But I just hit a little baby pan there, and then this I had hit pan on a while back, so if I want to do this in the project I'll have to use it up. So I think I'm going to put this on my Shop My Stash for this month and try to use up this shade right here. This one I can't really use. It's a little bit too dark for me to use as like a setting powder like other people do. So now onto the stuff that I have gotten to replace other things. So I don't remember if I mentioned this in the last one, but I did get this giant Colored Rain magnetic palette. This is supposed to hold 96 normal size pans, but I actually don't have normal size pans in here, so I'll show that in a minute. But I ordered this and their Vivid Pigment palette. However, that was out of stock, so they had to refund me for it, which stinks. I really wanted it, but so I ended up just getting this. And this was on sale too. Then I don't know how this is in stock because their other 96 pan palettes are always out of stock. And then I wanted to try some stuff from Uma Beauty, and I think only their eyeliner and their face products, like their base products, are vegan. I don't think their eyeshadows or lipsticks are. I got the concealer and the contour stick. So I have used these I think I used this in an Instagram video. Don't remember if I used it on camera or not yet, but I used it today. I really like this contour stick. It's the Double Take Sculpt and Strobe Duo Stick in the shade White Pearl. So they have quite a few different shades of this, which I think is nice. A lot of brands just have like 1 shade and you're kind of supposed to make it work. That just doesn't work like either way. Like if you're very fair or if you're very deep, then it's not going to work. So, but this one comes in different shades. So it's kind of like chocolate milk to me, like the shade of it. But it blends out super, super easily. I swipe on the contour shade like here, and then on my forehead a little bit. And it blends out really easily either with a brush or with your sponge. And then this highlighter is gorgeous. So it's kind of it looks more pinky in there, but it just goes on. It's kind of just like a natural flush. I put on a little bit of another highlighter on over top of this today, so it's not like exactly. But if you go to my Instagram on my IGTV videos, my base product tutorial, I use this so you can see kind of what it does. So I would highly recommend this. They have it, I think they put this on sale quite often on their website, so maybe check out for that. And then this is the Stay Woke concealer, and I got the shade White Pearl 0.5. I think the lightest they go on their website is 1, and Ulta has a 0.5 and a 0.75. And I think the 0.75 is not available, so I don't know if they're like not going to carry the 0.5 and 0.75. This one is like borderline too light for me. I use it under my eyes and it's fine, but if I was going to use it on my face on blemishes, it might be a little bit too light. But I think it's a great concealer. I don't even have to set it underneath my eyes, but I do anyways because it's just how I'm comfortable. I really do want to try their foundation. I wasn't too sure if their foundation would work for me as far as shade wise, but I have seen more people use it because one person that I watched, it looked like they used the lightest shade and it looked like it would be too dark because they usually go for things that are a little bit like 1 or 2 shades darker than me. So maybe I'll try it the lightest shade and see. But I actually I placed an order on Ulta and it wasn't available. Like my shade that I would pick wasn't available, so I have to wait for that. Then I got the Milani eyeshadow primer. I don't know why I got this. I just dropped it. I don't know why I got this, but I just needed something to replace, because I use the ABH primer and I don't really particularly care to mention ABH anymore. Like they're just kind of eh. So I got this to use in videos instead of that, and I haven't even opened it yet, so yeah, I don't know. And I also just got, like a couple months ago, this e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer, and this one is a little bit difficult to use. It's kind of stiff, so I'll have to work with that some more. I definitely don't need any eye primer anytime soon. And then when I started this project, one of my like exceptions or whatever was a ColourPop order. Well, ColourPop is on the no-no list right now, and so I placed 2 orders on Kvd Cosmetics, so they are a black-owned brand. Uma is a black-owned brand too, if you didn't know that. I wanted to try some single shadows, and Colored Rain has single shadows, but they weren't really easy to tell what was vegan without like clicking on each one. I know they have like a filter for vegan, but I wasn't 100% sure which ones were which. And so anyways, I got 2 orders of the Kvd Cosmetics. I ordered a few, and then I liked them so much that I ordered a bunch more. So this is my ColourPop order replacement. But these, let's see if I can do this without breaking any of them. So these are from my Lunatic contour palette that I forget to use, so I put them in there so I can remember to use them. And these little square guys are Makeup Geek shadows. This swatches are from my last video, so don't worry about that. But then these big ones on here are all Kvd Cosmetics, and these are twice as big as the ColourPop shadows. So this palette has ColourPop shadows in it, so you can kind of see the difference. But I have done, I'm like knocking stuff over with this, but I have done a bunch of looks on Instagram with these Kvd shadows, and actually I'm wearing all of the Kvd shadows, like all these oranges and the oranges, the reds, and the yellow today. So go check out my Instagram so you can see a close-up of this. But I love all of these shadows. Like, they are absolutely fantastic. They are really soft and powdery, but they are like insanely pigmented and really easy to work with. So I would highly suggest check out Kvd Cosmetics. The only one that I've tried, I haven't tried like every single one on my eyes yet because I've been focusing on my other palettes, but this one that I used today that wasn't really, because these are all vegan, so vegan shadows are hard to get in a red, and this one called Bloodlust, I was like, if this shows up in the color of the pan, that would be absolutely amazing. However, since it's vegan, it doesn't have the carmine, it just showed up as like a hot pink on my eyes, so I covered over it with this shade called Disrespectful. So I just covered over it with that, and it kind of, you know, made it more red instead of like a hot pink fuchsia. And I am fully expecting that to stain my eyelids, but that's not really a big deal. But like these shadows, I barely just even have to like tap my finger onto the pan to get any color payoff. This green, I want to use this green for something and I don't know what. So like there's some of the shimmers. The swatch is on like the weirdest place, but these are so crazy pigmented and I want all of them. So that was it for this month's update. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Stay tuned for my Shop My Stash for this month. It's going to be, I think it's going to be the next video that I post. So I am changing my upload schedule. If I mentioned that in the last video, but I'm going to be uploading every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I don't know what time yet. I'll announce that when I figure it out. But anyways, give this video a thumbs up if that was interesting, and subscribe so you don't miss any other ones, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.